Welcome back to the Be Life Elevation podcast, where we explore timeless wisdom and practical lessons for modern living. My name is Mr. Scott, and today we're diving into a fundamental teaching, the 5 stages of learning. Just a quick reminder, if you missed it, last week we spoke about the 5 layers of life and understanding our role and responsibility with regards to each layer. The self, our family, our friends, our community, and our environment. If you didn't catch it or want to review it, or any of our previous 11 lessons, visit our website, YouTube channel, Facebook, or TikTok to get it all. Now on to this week's lesson, and to guide us, I'm joined by a remarkable guest, the philosopher, activist, and mystic, Simone Weil. Simone, your life embodied the search for truth through both study and action, making you the perfect voice for today's conversation. Simone, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. Scott, for inviting me. To learn is to participate in life itself, and to learn deeply is to transform who we are. I look forward to exploring this together.
Before we break it down, let's outline the 5 stages. Learning, sensing something new. Experiencing, trying it firsthand. Knowing, recognizing its nature. Understanding, seeing it fully, in context. Choosing, deciding how to live with that knowledge. Simone, in your life, you seem to move constantly through these stages, from books to lived experience. Could you share your thoughts?
Yes, I often felt that to know truth, one cannot remain in abstraction. For instance, when I worked in the factories, I moved from hearing about the struggles of workers to truly experiencing their exhaustion. That experience was painful, but it turned mere knowledge into something real, embodied, and it changed the way I thought and chose to act.
Let's walk through each stage more deeply. First we get learning, where we often begin with curiosity, reading or listening, seeing, hearing, or feeling something for the first time and wanting to know more. Asking questions is an integral part of this first stage, and we should never fear asking questions, but rather to focus on learning how to ask the right questions.
Yes, but if it ends there, it is fragile. To hear of love is not to know love. We must go further.
Yes, I hear what you are saying. We can read all we want about love. We can watch as many movies as is possible about love. But that is not where the journey of learning stops.
And so we have experiencing, when we must step into practice, taking what we have learned and putting it into practice.
Yes, and experience often includes struggle. I sought it by leaving academia for the factory. Pain and effort became my teachers.
Very true, and whether it is hard or easy, long or quick, painful or pleasurable, the experiencing it is very important. This is where we learn from our mistakes and learn the best course of action. This brings us to knowing, where we integrate the lessons. This is the stage where we see the results of what we have learned and what we have experienced.
Here, the soul awakens. Knowledge is not just in the mind, but in the heart and body too. Not just a thought, but a feeling and an action.
In order to truly know something, we must both learn it and experience it, and know the outcome. Then we come to understanding, when we see truth from all sides. This is the part of the learning process when we must know the opposite or the absence of the thing we are learning. We now know what the thing we are learning is. In the stage of understanding, we learn what it is not.
Understanding comes with humility, recognizing both fire and no fire, both presence and absence. We must see opposites to grasp reality.
Perfectly put. This is the part of the learning process I think most people miss. We cannot think we know something like happiness until we know what it is not. Only once we know both happiness and unhappiness can we say that we understand what it is to be happy. And finally, this brings us to choosing. This is the part where knowledge demands choice. How do you feel about what you have learned? Does it sit well with you, or is it uncomfortable? Does it benefit you or hinder you? Does it bring joy or harm? Do you wish to live with what you now understand, or do you choose to live without it?
Yes, every truth is incomplete until it is lived. Choice is the seal of wisdom, a reflection of the chooser.
Only once you have understood that thing, can you now choose to live with it, use it, or learn from it, or not to. To bring these 5 stages to life, I have a simple story. One day, a child sees fire for the first time. The child asks about the fire and learns about it when someone explains to them, "This is fire." Then, out of a deeper curiosity, wanting to know fire better, they touch it, feel it, maybe even put it in their mouths. That's experience. They feel the fire's warmth, but also its pain. And now they know what fire truly is. Over time, they come to understand what fire is not, coming to understand what it is like to have fire and what it is like not to have fire, both light and dark, hot and cold, safety and danger. And finally, the child chooses how to use fire for cooking, warmth, or protection. Simone, how does this resonate with your own journey?
Deeply. That story mirrors the human condition. Every truth is like fire. It both warms and burns. We must pass through contact, even suffering, to truly understand it. Only then can we make a choice, to use knowledge for good or for harm. I believe that real learning always demands this responsibility.
Yes, it has been said that with knowledge comes great responsibility.
And so in summary, the 5 stages of learning take us from learning to living. We learn about, we experience, we know, we understand, and then we choose. It's a journey of deepening wisdom. And this is an important lesson for us all to apply in our daily lives. Last week we spoke about the 5 layers of life, and now we can apply what we have learned today to those 5 layers. Ask yourself, do you truly understand you, your family, your friends, your community, and your environment?
Simone, is there a final thought you'd like to leave with our listeners?
Learning is not about collecting truths, but about becoming truth. Each stage asks for courage, and the final choice defines who we are.
For you listening at home, reflect this week on something you've only learned about. How can you move it to the next stage? Can you experience it, deepen your knowing, seek fuller understanding, and finally choose your relationship to it? Perhaps it's a practice like meditation, or even something as simple as kindness. Whatever it is, take it through the 5 stages. Simone, thank you for sharing your voice and wisdom with us today.
It was a joy to reflect together. I have loved being here with you, Mr. Scott, and helping to explain to your listeners this very important lesson.
And thank you, listeners, for joining us on the Be Life Elevation podcast. Remember, learning is the journey of the soul. I am Mr. Scott. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep walking the path of wisdom. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Be the life you want to live.